I just want to say the 5-star driver program was wonderful from start to finish. It had 37 lessons of just exquisite content. It had content that you could run into on a daily basis when you're driving, and even some situations that on rare occasions you'll run into, but it gives you that comfort that I'm ready to get behind the wheel and drive.
Since Christopher's my first child, only child, finding the 5-star driver program allowed me to take and maximize the experience I could give him behind the wheel. It allowed me to give him that good start that I wish every parent could give their child, and it gave me the peace of mind after going through it and after seeing him behind the wheel for 100 hours or so, just the kind of driver it's allowed him to be already at this early stage, and knowing that he can take those concepts forward over the years and he will be that 5-star driver.
Now that I'm a father, my daughter's 15.5 years old, she's got a permit. I really want her to have the best education she possibly can. If I can lower her risk of having an accident, then not only does it make me feel better as a father that I'm protecting my child, it also makes me save money. I'd rather spend the money on education than on an insurance policy or on repairing my car. And that's why I believe that the 5-star driving education is fundamentally the best thing I could do for my daughter.
I have a son with a disability, high-functioning autism, and I knew that he was capable of driving. However, having experience with this with my older son and what was out there, what was available, I knew it wasn't going to help him get his driver's license. I researched, I just went online to look, and Elite Teen Driver came up in their 5-star driver program. You know, we just kind of started from there and things went really well. I was very surprised. It was very structured, which is what he needed. And then the videos were great for showing him before he got behind the wheel what was expected, which was very important, that they get kind of a bird's eye view of what was expected of them. So once he got into the car, he had that confidence because he knew what to expect. That's why those really, I mean, I loved it because that gave him a picture before he had to go and do it on his own. And the way that they did it was little by little. So it was neighborhood stuff, it was parking, it was driving around curbs, especially the rights. The rights were a tough one to do. And then when he got out onto the road where all the rest of the cars are, he already had that confidence, you know, so it was the next step to go into that and to go into traffic. It was the next step, which helped him get out there, not a problem at all. In fact, the first time that we went driving with him, because my husband went with us, we were amazed because I didn't expect for him to take him out from that step to the next. But it was all the videos that we had watched, you know, in progression that he had followed. So I think that was very helpful for him, you know, and for me. I like to know what's going on too, so.
You know, before I found the 5-star driver program, I thought I would never be able to get my license. I thought that I would either have to have somebody else drive me everywhere, or I'd have to take the bus everywhere. I had no idea, you know, what I was going to do. But you know, when I found the 5-star driver program, you know, it was you know, much easier to understand. You know, they broke down the information much better for me than the DMV or the DMV handbook ever could have. You know, they helped me to understand things better, like the 4-way stops and I kind of like, you know, parallel parking next to a curb. those things that I kind of had trouble with. I probably wouldn't have been able to understand those without the 5-star driver program. And when I got my license, I was very surprised, and I owe it all to the 5-star driver program.
You did it. My own parents who are starting to struggle with their driving too, and so it's encouraging that the 5-star driver videos can benefit them as well.
And they have all these bumper stickers that say that my child graduated from UCLA, my child was a Marine, my child was this, my child was that. Everything's about how proud they are of their children and their achievements. And then they send them out in a car to do the most dangerous thing they're ever probably going to do in their lives, with the absolute bare minimum of education they possibly can. I've never seen a bumper sticker that says, my child attended the 5-star driver training program. I've never seen that.
If the Collington driving concepts were the standard for driver's training, we'd be a lot safer on our roads today, all throughout the country, because this is the way to learn how to drive. This concept is something that people would understand, that in driving a vehicle, that you're just not looking at objects, you're looking at spaces, and creating spaces so that you have options, or it's the safest way to learn how to drive.
From the minute John showed up, he put my son and myself at ease, and we got in the car right away, and we went through the neighborhood, and within the first few minutes we pulled over, got out of the car, and John showed my son some physical examples of how to apply things on the road, had some little exercises that were fun, and I know at first my son probably thought, what are we doing? I want to drive. But those principles that he laid during those exercises, we applied within 30 minutes. We were out on Herndon, almost 5 o'clock traffic, and my son was out there driving for the first time on Herndon, and I, in the back seat, was shocked. But he did great. He changed lanes comfortably. John brought humor to the lesson and put my son at ease and put me at ease. And I honestly never felt my heart race once. It was a wonderful experience, and we laughed and enjoyed the entire time.
The 5-star driver video series was great, start to finish. All 37 lessons, they were well done. They covered every conceivable situation that you would want to pass on to your kid or to any driver for that matter. The quizzes at the end were great. And heck, at the end of the series, they even sent him a certificate saying that he was a 5-star driver. And I told him to be really proud of that certificate, because the content that went into it, all the work that we had done, he had really accomplished something, and he'll be able to carry something with him as a driver to keep him safer and to keep him from having those accidents in the first place.